I'm not an optimistic person, so I know there's no help coming. It's stupid, but I miss the small talk. Hello? How are you?
Hello, fellow skeptics, and anyone else who's listening.
Hello? Hello?
Hello? Anyone there?
Hello? Is there someone out there?
Mart sells stuff. You need stuff. We got stuff. Hello, and welcome to Mart. If you need any help, don't ask.
Hey, my name is Insert Expletive here. What do you want? Hello and goodbye.
Why, hello there. The cat said.
Is it working now? I think it's working. Or, some version of working. I know no one is listening. Honestly, I think this is just some desperate attempt to play house. This is what I do. I wake up. I think about going outside. I chicken out because that's who I am. I put my face on while I talk to my phone. I didn't feel safe even before the world. Well, you know. Better to get all dressed up and stay home. And now... Am I saying I told you so to absolutely no one right now? No one's out there and I still can't make myself believe it. It's hard to sound smug when your fridge is empty and your pantry's looking pretty bare. So, here's some of our favorite looks for the end of the world. Make sure to give that face a really nice wash first. Preferably with a makeup wipe. Keep saving that water for something special. And remember, apocalypse or not, a blotchy, tear-stained face is definitely not in.
I wanna be something when I grow up. I don't care what, something's good enough. I wanna do something before I die. Doesn't matter what, 'cause I'm too scared to try. Just too scared to try. And I don't even know why. I guess I want money and I want fame. It'd be nice if somebody remembered my name. I wanna see my name in lights. I try to look up, but it's just too bright. It's all just too bright. So I keep my eyes shut tight. I wanna say...
When the world's foundations are crumbling, it's up to us to make sure ours doesn't. There. Doesn't that make everything feel a little easier to deal with?
I am now. That's too bad, 'cause I don't know how. I wish I knew how to be better.
I've had nightmares like this. All the walls are glass, and I can't escape myself. But, you know, even in dreams, I guess I always was too smart for my own good. Just wake up, fantasy over, mirror shattered. This looks less likely to shatter me, more likely to consume me whole. Not in some Freudian way, something deeper. When I was a kid, I'd watch my Livy light the Shabbat candles. It really felt like there was nothing darker than what was just beyond the flame. I'd close my eyes and I'd listen to her voice, and the darkness felt alive or tangible. I haven't thought about that in years. The point is, I don't like reflections. I mean, mirrors. I don't like mirrors.
Now, the great thing about a smoky eye is it doesn't matter how much your hand is shaking, and you can make it as dark and gloomy as you want. Did you save that makeup wipe from earlier? Use that to catch any excess eyeshadow. Sometimes mistakes are that easy to fix. Don't believe me? That's okay. I don't usually believe it either, but God, the apocalypse is good at making everything else seem small. You ever hurt someone you loved? Are they close by? Tell them you love them. That's my making up advice. If my ex-girlfriend were here, I would say a lot of things. Sorry. I really am trying to keep this light and relevant. I'm just struggling to focus.
I'm afraid and I am just so small against the weight and measure of it all. I wanna see the world so wide, I can't escape the place I'm tied. I wish someone could take me there, but nobody will 'cause I don't know where. Someone take me there.
You know, it was pretty interesting seeing who went and who stayed. We talked about it a lot because, of course we did. Bunch of nerds sitting around waiting for a storm. Supernatural monster storms came up pretty much as often as, favorite sci-fi novels or our prediction for the next season of Game of Thrones. We asked ourselves, how big does a storm have to be too big? We compared shark tornadoes to earthquakes with no fault lines, dust storms, zombies to Atlantic-esque flooding, but when the reports started to come in that this one might be it, I guess I was still surprised with how many people ended up packing everything in and heading back to their families. I mean, if everyone's time was up, then did it really matter where you were or who you were with when it happened? It seems pointless to turn right in before what promised to be the best last night ever. Nah, wait, that's not fair. I don't think any less of the people who did go back home. I didn't even consider it, to be honest. I'm not sure I like what that says about me, but I don't regret it at all. As soon as I heard, I knew I had to see her. I knew I had to get as close as I possibly could. I remember thinking, if I'm about to die, I want to do it touching the sky.
Every time I try to focus, I just think about what's changed.
Well, by the end, there was only a handful of us left. All of our equipment had fritzed out. Even Stephanie's new rig. Nothing. Not that we needed it to figure out where we were going. The whole horizon was taken up by it all. Like something out of an old animated movie. We got into it and visibility just stopped existing. I could hear Steph and Kyle over the radio for a bit. I know for sure something hit me. It might have been Antonio. He had the smallest truck out of all of us. I can't imagine he managed to stay on the ground. This World Eater, it should have been louder than it was. Maybe it was just too big. Maybe my brain, short-circuited the vastness of it. I'm so glad Wendy left me her van when she decided to pack up and head back to the East Coast with her kids. Judy was a good storm chaser, but she never would have lasted as long as Wendy's van did. Judy, if you're hearing this, I'm sorry. But it's definitely thanks to Wendy's van that I'm still kicking. So, I'm driving, not on the road anymore, just hoping I don't take anyone else out, and there's this sudden patch of light. And I'm so dazed, at first I'm like, did I find the eye? Even though I know this is no hurricane. Still can't see much of anything out my windows, but I look up through the skylight and see an impossible blue. Blue sky, bright clouds. And they're getting closer and I think, well, there I go. I'm airborne, it's over. But nah, that's not it at all. Lightning flashes, and the last thing I see is the sky falling on me. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Oh, that was my last thought. I'd chosen the perfect place for a last stand. And then I woke up. Some of the equipment's back online, but it's all mixed up. GPS has no idea where we are, radio is nothing but static, and right now I'm driving on at least one flat. I'm half expecting to stumble on some yellow brick road, but I'm alive. And whenever I close my eyes, I see that last burst of lightning. I can't stop thinking about it. I'm gonna keep driving and see if I can find anything that looks even remotely familiar. If anyone can hear this, let me know. Over and out.
I haven't changed at all. I haven't changed at all, and how's that for failing to adapt?
On my honor, I will try to serve my country and everyone in it, and to help people all the time, and to live by the Girl Scout law. I will do my best to be, friendly and helpful, considerate and caring, courageous and strong, and responsible for what I say and do, and to respect myself and others, respect authority, use resources wisely, make the world a better place, and be a sister to every Girl Scout, especially my buddy. Shoot.
Now, they say that if you do a bold eye, you should balance it out with a more muted lip color. But I say that nothing makes for better fake confidence than some bright lipstick. I chose Passion Project. It's red. I have about 17 red lipsticks. Could I have chosen any of them and had it look exactly the same? Probably. Sometimes it's the name that makes all the difference. And hey, it's the end of the world. Life is too uncertain to not wear your favorite lipstick. So, there you have it. My guide to getting dolled up for the apocalypse.
I wanna leave something behind, something someone someday could maybe find. I wish I believed in legacy, something so much better than apathy, something to remind when it's all that's left behind.
I've always been interested in the idea of meeting places, which is weird, maybe because I don't always like meeting people, but if they're crowded enough, you don't have to be there to meet anyone in particular. You could just sit in and let the scene wash over you. You don't have to do anything to be included in it. They're less necessary now. Everyone's got a phone in their pocket, a million ways to make a connection. But before, people were gathering at pubs or at meeting halls. These were where someone would go to get to know the people around them. A place to build a community. I mean, we still see this with stuff like gay bars. It's the community's version of some old-timey tavern. Hang your jacket up by the door, there's alcohol to drown your sorrows. Sure. But more importantly, there's people who know exactly what you're going through. Like I said, meeting places. Now, I'm no historian, but I do have a theory. If we're going to start rebuilding, we're going to need places to gather. And lucky for me, a lot of the real seedy bars never got around to getting rid of their payphones. It's not hard to open them up, and I'm getting faster too. Practice makes perfect, and I want to get good enough to do this with my eyes closed. Just in case. I can't get their dial tones back, but I can connect them to each other. Get them catching radio waves. Everything's been so quiet since it all went to hell. I catch myself humming all the time, scraps of tunes I can barely remember. Didn't know how much time I spent with music in the background until it was all gone. No idle chatter either. It's like the storms came down and muted the world. Or maybe that was the creatures I'm still not sure I really saw. Anyway, if I can connect enough of these things, maybe some of that chatter will come back. It would be nice to know I wasn't... I mean, it would be nice for everyone to know they're not alone. This one seems like it's transmitting loud and clear. Just gotta go back and paint some arrows on the door so people think to come in here. And then I'll move on. Station 18 is all set up. I do enough of these. Eventually, someone other than me will use them, right? Right. Onwards to 19 then.
Will I ever be who I had dreamed? Will I ever do something before I die?
Now, get yourself together and open that door, idiot.
Will I do something before I die?
Crossing Wires is written by Sarah Cohen and Ziggy Schutz, with sound design and music by Jack Strudwick. For full credits, visit crossingwirespodcast.tumblr.com.